Hi friends, welcome to my vlog and welcome to my bedroom. It is not the first time I'm doing something food related here, but forgive me, it's so hot outside. This is step one of a series of steps on how to make kimchi. Now, this is the first time I'm going to do it, so if you've never made kimchi, I will happily be your guinea pig. And together we're going to try to make one of Korea's favorite dishes and also one of my wife's favorite dishes. So I've got you guys, I've got Wanda over here, so here we go. The first thing we're going to need is, of course, an amazing Napa cabbage. You can get these at any Korean grocery or even your local grocery. I got this one from the Korean grocery near my place. 감사합니다, 아줌마.
감사합니다, 주마.
The first thing we need to do is to cut it in half. Take your knife to create a slit halfway through the cabbage. You would take the cabbage and you would slice it halfway through, about probably around there, yeah. And then you cut it right through like that. Oh my, that sounds amazing. There. After you make the slit, you separate the two halves. I did it! So now we have two halves. Now after you've separated them, the next thing to do is to create slits here and here. And I'm going to do that right now. That was easy. So after we've made the cuts, the next thing we need to do is to rinse these two cabbages in cold water. This will help speed up the process of the cabbage absorbing the salt that we'll be putting on after we finish washing these cabbages. I'll be right back. Okie dokie, I'm done washing these cabbages, and the next step is to start salting the cabbage. To do that, we're going to need some salt and some patience. So from what I've heard, about half a cup should be just about right. I've got myself some iodized rock salt, so it's not the thin salt that we're normally used to. Personally, I'm like, that's a lot of sodium, you guys. So I'm just going to do a little less than half. Based on everything that I've read so far, most of the recipes that I've seen for kimchi, everyone says that it's so important to do this part well. We're looking at putting salt in between the leaves and just making it salt really, really well. I'm going to start at the bottom, like that. I'm just going to start putting salt into it. Salt. I'm just going to very quickly move this over here so I can salt this other one. There we go. My wife is currently in Canberra. If she were watching this video right now, she would be like, why isn't there anything on the table to protect it from the water? Alright, I think I am done. Some recipes I've seen on YouTube say to make it sit overnight. Some of them say 2 to 3 hours is good enough. Either way will work. For me, I would like to do it overnight. So I will just put that there and let that sit overnight. All right, so that is properly salted, I believe. So we will just let that sit. I'll turn it over in about 30 minutes or so. We'll let that sit overnight, and then tomorrow we will do the rest of it. See you tomorrow. Hi guys, welcome back. It is the next day and I am all set to put this thing together. Now very quickly, let me just show you guys what happened to our Napa cabbage from yesterday. Ta-da! So as you can see, from yesterday it was really big and just full of water, and overnight, and this now is what it looks like. It's still pretty crisp, but it has this rubbery texture, and of course, obviously it shrunk in size a bit. Oops. Excuse me. It's been there for quite some time actually, about around 2 hours. And so what we're going to do now is assemble the kimchi paste. Ta-da! Mixing bowl. Yes! Oh, one thing we're going to need for these, gloves. It's Kimchi war. Ah! And if I had money for special effects, you would have seen some kind of floating thing here, but sorry. To assemble the kimchi paste, I put some stuff together, as you can see over here on this side. You're gonna need the gochugaru, which is the kimchi Korean chili flakes. You're going to need about an 1/8 cup of shrimp. I forget the exact word for this. It's there in your screen. And I separated the juice from the shrimp so that I could finally chop the shrimp up further. What we have next is a puree of garlic and ginger, and I also put some fish paste into that. So it's about 12 cloves of garlic. It's about 1 tablespoon of ginger, and it's about a 1/8 cup of patis. And then finally, I've chopped up some amazing vegetables. I've chopped them into matchsticks, all right? So this is Korean daikon radish. I've got shallots, and I've got carrots. Putting them together, and that's all gonna go into this kimchi paste. One more thing that is absolutely essential, apparently, to the success of your kimchi paste is what they call porridge. It's basically about 3/4 cup of water that you would boil with about a tablespoon or 2 of rice flour, sweetened rice flour. If you don't have that, apparently you can just use regular all-purpose flour, which is what I did because I don't have rice flour. So now we're gonna assemble. I'm so excited! Ha! So we start that off with the rice flour over here. So we put that into the bowl. And then after that, we would put now the onion ginger mixture, like so. Yeah. And then we would add the shrimp, but first I will do according to the video I watched, we start with the juice. The juice. The shrimp paste, and there was also some fish sauce in our onion ginger puree earlier. So now we would add this, and you guys, the smell in my bedroom is phenomenal. We will add the chili flakes, the gochugaru. Most of the recipes that I found online were talking about using this if you have 6 heads of cabbage, and I'm like, who has 6 heads of cabbage? I'm making it for 1 person. Hey, so I'm gonna start off with 1/2 cup first, because according to the recipe, it is just up to you what you want to do with it, how much spice you want to put into it. So I'm just putting in just enough to make it nice and pasty, but not too spicy. All right. So, it's a little watery, but I'm trusting that once I put in these bad boys, that it'll balance this thing out. So I've got the carrots, and I've got the onions, and I've got the daikon radish. I'm just popping it in there, and I just feel that it's too much, honestly. But, it's okay. It's all right. Because once it's all there, it will balance itself out in the future. I honestly think I put too much vegetables. Yep. Too much vegetables in this thing. Now I'm in trouble. That looks interesting. More chili flakes. Now I'm gonna get this. Holy, it's so heavy. What? Wow, that's my workout for the day. Now we're gonna take all this goodness and we're gonna start putting it into the Napa cabbage. You know what? I want to try this. I got my water here, and this is a clean glove in case things go wrong. If the kimchi is going to taste that good, I think I did a good job. Oh, this is going to be amazing, you guys! Ah! Ah, yes, it tastes so good! What the heck is this? Tito Kuya Ganns. I got this beautiful jar over here, a mason jar that will serve as the container of my first attempt at making kimchi. So now comes the fun part, or the taxing part, depending on how you feel about putting things in kimchi, where we're going to take the leaves, and I just lost one. take the leaves and start putting stuff in them. So just slapping it in there. Wow. So just putting it in. You know what? I'm gonna be generous with it because I don't think I have enough cabbage to go around. I'm like, well, maybe it's no big deal. I got a piece of kimchi on my shirt. Oh God. Get this thing in. One. Two. All right. So that is fantastic. Boop. Rats. Oh well. And then there's this stuff on top because it's just good manners. All right. And with that, I am done. Sorta kinda done. So there. Wow. Guys, it looks seriously legit, right? So what I'm going to do now is take off these gloves, and then I'm going to cover this with a cheesecloth, and I'm going to leave it to ferment for a couple of days. What I've been told is like 5 days are good, so we'll see where it takes us. But the minute that you start to refrigerate, the fermentation process stops, according to what I've read online. So I'm just going to leave it at room temperature to ferment for a few days, and then we will check back in a week's time or so and let you know how amazing this thing tastes. Okay, so see you in a week. Hi friends, it is Sunday night and I'm so excited. It's Mother's Day. So I thought what a great time to be able to celebrate my wife, the most amazing mother in the world, who is unfortunately not here. But we celebrate her with this Korean feast with the kimchi that we made approximately 1 week ago, about 6 days to be exact. So I'm gonna try this for the first time. I hope it doesn't kill me. But I want to show you guys give you a tour of what we have here. Okay, a good spread that we've got. So over here we've got some lettuce. This is called sangchu. And I'm gonna enjoy this. I don't need any rice because I love my meat with lettuce. That's good enough. Typically, you'll have that with a little bit of gochujang or a little bit of doenjang. I ran out of both, so what I've got here is a special paste. Now over here, I've got myself some really good. This is some sweet dilis. Okay, I don't know what it's called in Korean, but it's anchovies that they made sweet. And over here I've got some sesame leaves, and they're absolutely delicious. They're not easy to find, so when you do find them, please do get yourself some. I have a whole bunch. I'm gonna have that with the lettuce and the meat. This was refrigerated 2 nights ago. So when you refrigerate it, that slows down the fermentation process, and so right now it just looks phenomenal, although you can see kind of like shrunk a little bit in terms of volume. I always have a great meal with my favorite drink in the world, Bundaberg. Some ginger beer, and it's absolutely delicious. So, bottoms up. Yeah. Have some of that. And pour that into my Yeti. How good is this kimchi? Let's find out right now. So, typically what people will do is they'll get themselves a lettuce leaf, sangchu, and then they'll put a little bit of meat in it, and then they'll put a sesame leaf, and then they'll dip it in the sauce and have it with some kimchi, and they're good to go. Ah, wonderful. Let's take a quick smell of this thing before we dig into it. So how does it actually smell? What I'm going to do is dig into this kimchi over here. So come with me and you'll see a world of pure imagination. Do not drip. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness, what on earth? That looks phenomenal. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to try the kimchi. You can try it on its own, or you can try it with the meat, whichever works for you. I'm just going to try a little bit of the... Oh no, it just melts so softly. Wonderful. Right, I'm just going to try it first without any of the meat, just to get an idea of the flavor of the actual cabbage. Here we go. My first time to try my own kimchi. Here we go. Ha, dul, set. I almost want to cry. This is delicious. I am so surprised at how good this is. Oh, it's spicy. It's nice and hot, but the heat doesn't linger in your tongue. It's very refreshing. It's so tart, and the sourness is just perfect. So I'm just gonna cut myself a little bit more of this and try it now with a little bit of the meat. So let's take that kimchi over here and put that on top of my lettuce leaf like that. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this pork over here. What? There we go. Some of that pork right there. There we go. Something that simple. And of course the sesame leaf right there. Fold that right up like that and just dig right in. Ah, so good! Y'all, it was my first time to make that kimchi, and it is phenomenal. So if you follow the recipe that I just followed, it's not mine, it's just a standard kimchi recipe, but it was so simple to do. If you follow that, I promise you, you're going to come up with a kimchi that is spectacular. I cannot wait to enjoy more of this, so I'm going to go. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you enjoyed it, or if you'd like me to try something new, try cooking something new. I'm more than open to trying something new. Just let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys again very, very soon for another episode of Foodtastic Baby Ganns. Woo-hoo!
Wow, Foodtastic Baby Ganns. Come on and cook with Tito Kuya Ganns. Foodtastic Baby Ganns. Come on and cook with Tito Kuya Ganns. Wow, Foodtastic Baby